In my experience, people respect you when you speak the truth to people in power. Here in Scotland, you can't go very far without running into the state. There's a lot of private businesses that depend on the public sector or the Scottish Government for work. You've got all these arm's length bodies, all these quangos. You've got loads of cross-pollination between business and academia and charities and political parties and all these other organisations that really all come under the state. And of course, things go wrong. And in our media training and presentation skills training, we quite often encounter people in senior roles in these organisations who feel unable to speak the truth because to do so could be interpreted as criticising their paymasters. And as a result, they keep quiet, they try and fly under the radar. But then when things go wrong, because they haven't said anything, because they haven't cultivated any goodwill, they become an easy target and they get blamed. Here's the thing. All these organisations, and you know the ones I'm talking about, all these organisations were set up in that way because at some point it made political sense to do so. Politically, it was seen as the right thing to do. That means then, at some stage, it could be seen politically as the right thing to do to close you down, to merge you, to get rid of the leader, to take it back in-house, whatever it is that they want to do. Politicians only do things that make political sense. Politicians serve themselves. Your organisation exists to serve the public. So if you think there's something wrong, if life is difficult for you, if the politicians have put you in a position, and by the way, it's not all politicians, we're really here just talking about those in government, if they've put you in a position where it's difficult for you to operate, I think you have a duty to the public to speak up and say how that is. The worst thing you can do is keep quiet because you don't want to rock the boat, struggle on, try and make it work, realise that you can't make it work, and then what happens is then you get all the criticism from the very people that put you in that position where it's screwed up in the first place. Now, of course, there are exceptions. There are some organisations that are just badly run. But in my experience, they're few and far between. There are, in fact, lots of good organisations full of good people working hard, put in impossible positions because of the state. And that could be the Scottish Government. It could equally be the UK Government. It's about speaking the truth, not going on an angry rant for the sake of it, but speaking the truth and trying to do it from a position of strength. Don't wait until the wheels come off. You should have an ongoing, honest, regular dialogue with the real people that you answer to, which is the general public. And if the government are making life difficult for you, you should say it. And we can help you say it. Don't say it for the sake of it. Say it in a careful, calculated, constructive way. It would look churlish for a government. It would be politically difficult for them to start shutting down and moving and cutting off people just for a good bit of honest criticism. It would actually make them look weak if they shut you down. So I think it actually strengthens your hand just to tell the truth in a careful way. Don't put yourself in a position where you are being squeezed and screwed over by your paymasters, by the state. We're all better if we speak up. And in my experience, people in power actually respect it when you do that.